What a strange world we live in. So do you notice in the last 5 years or whatever, a change in, not necessarily like in the world, but in the minds of the people in the world? I know my mind's changed on a lot of things. And what an interesting way that it goes. From my point of view, I can't speak from your point of view, but from my point of view, I look at this world and truth has come into this world, and that's something that Jesus said would happen. He said, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." So to me, when I watch the things happening in the world, I'm interested in the rejection of simple truth, and it comes in a way that people wouldn't expect to be possible. They say that there's no spiritual world, they say there's no God. And so of course in their reality, if you omit the idea that you were created by God, by a higher power, your whole worldview is going to be a false worldview. And that sounds like I'm saying that if you don't believe in God, that you're dumb or something. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that from my point of view, the people in this world that reject the truth are the very people that think that they know the truth. Let's use me for an example against someone else that thinks the opposite way as me. Let's see, if I was able to describe my life and the change in my life in the last 5 years or so, or whatever, I would say the biggest part of it, the biggest realization I've made is that I didn't believe the truth my whole life. I believed a lie. And so, along with my mind being changed, came me having to say, I was deceived. And then you have the other people that say, no, we weren't deceived. You're deceived. That's what they say to me. You're deceived. You're believing nonsense. And according to them, nonsense is things like the idea that the earth is completely stationary. That's not a fable. That's actually the world you live in. The world you live in doesn't move. It doesn't rotate. It doesn't spin on an axis. Maybe the imaginary one. And what I mean by that is you have to think of it in your mind. You don't actually live there if it's rotating. You don't live on a sphere that's rotating. You live on an earth that's never moved beneath your feet. Every day you wake up, you count on it being solid to do your daily routine. So don't tell me that there's a lot of proof of a rotating earth. There's zero proof of a rotating earth. But the very people that basically ridicule the truthers, or the people that are saying that they believe the lie, they're continuing to believe the lie, rather than opening their eyes and realizing, oh, we all believed a lie. It's not that difficult to actually admit that you've believed a lie once you see the truth. The horizon at the ocean, if you're standing at the ocean and the sky appears to meet the water at a certain point in the distance. Well, I'm pretty sure we all know that the sky doesn't actually touch the water. I mean, like the clouds don't touch the water. But we do know that horizon is flat. It's a straight line. It doesn't have a curve. There's actually like I don't know what you'd call it, an error being said by a lot of the anti-flat earth people. And it's a ridiculous error of the mind. Okay? If you're standing on a sphere that's really huge, then what you'll see is, or what do you expect to see? Do you expect to see a curve on the horizon at the ocean there? Or do you expect to not see a curve? Well, I think probably in both cases that you would expect to not see a curve. And the Occam's razor or whatever would be that you're not seeing a curve because it isn't curved. Quite simple. But the curve that these anti-flat earthers are talking about is they're thinking that if you stand at the ocean and you look left to right, that you're actually going to see the horizon curve up. Well, there's a problem with even that type of thinking. That the thinking itself, just that thought, is in error. If you're standing and you see a curve, okay, now turn 90 degrees to the left. Do you see another curve? Do you see that curve again? So are you seeing like McDonald's sign, like where it goes up and then you turn and it goes up again and you turn and it goes up again? No. It's a circle around you that appears to be flat. That's just part of how our vision works and how our eyes work. It's not that challenging to understand. But when Jesus healed that blind man, and they were in the synagogue or whatever, and afterward, and I don't remember the exact wording, but Jesus, one of those Pharisees asked Jesus something like, "Are we blind too?" And Jesus said something like, "You already know, so you are blind." Like you already, what did he say? I wish I knew the exact words, but he was saying basically that since you think you already know, you're going to be blind, or you're blind. Since you think you can see, then you're blind. And that's interesting to me because it's like, do we actually know everything? Do you know everything? No, you don't. Anybody can admit that. No, I don't know everything. Do you know some things? Yes. So what's hard to admit about just knowing some things? I don't know everything. I have no problem admitting I don't know everything. It's just a simple fact. Nobody knows everything. Traffic ain't too bad today. So yeah, if you're a person that thinks it's ridiculous, the idea that we could be born in a generation that believed a huge lie about a very important thing, the world they live in, I would suggest entertaining the idea that you may have been deceived. Because, like Jesus was saying, I think if you already think you know the truth and you've known it, you're going to remain believing a lie. I think it's all about the heart. You have to open your heart. You You have to ask, probably you have to, that's what you have to do. You have to ask him to show you. What lies have I believed, God? Show me the lies I've believed. These people are saying that I've believed a lie. These people are saying that the truth is being revealed. Tell me why they say this. Show me, Lord. Show me why other people are speaking out about believing a lie their whole lives and that the whole world has. It's a very important truth, and it's a very important time that we live in. So I would say just to open your heart and ask him to show you. That's all. The only advice I can give to someone who is so deceived that they think they already know all the truth. You have to seek the truth. You don't just know it already. Because I'll tell you what, the world we live in, from my point of view, just about everything we believed growing up has been a lie. There's been an agenda to back up and uphold a lie, a huge lie, and that lie is being exposed